by James. Oh, he stops!
Whoa! James on the drive!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Now today we are back on the LeBron James build, the build you guys seem to love so much. You guys seem to enjoy the videos and enjoy the clips and the highlights that this build gets. So please drop a like on the video for me. Make sure you guys subscribe if you are new. Now let's get right into it. Now I want to talk about something because this is by far my most popular, most requested build to play videos on. But I want to show you some actual comments from the video I dropped. These are actual comments from my LeBron James video that got over 1 million views and over 20,000 likes. And these are comments that obviously are not the most positive. But what I want to bring to attention about these is, for me, like for that, it doesn't affect me. Like, you know what I mean? I get negative comments all the time. It's part of the job. But for someone who doesn't create content on the game, they're not a YouTuber, they're not a streamer or anything like that. You know, they're just playing the game for fun. And I hear it all the time. You see it on Twitter. I join people's parties and talk to them, and you hear their friends, you know, oh, what do you think about this build? And then their friend, nah, that build sucks. It's just funny to me, the fact that someone without ever playing on a build can just flat out come out and say that build is trash. Listen, just because a build is not the meta, it's not what, you know, the most popular build, it's not what everyone is making, that doesn't mean the build is trash. It's just different. Now, what's going to determine whether the build is effective or not is you. You know, how are you going to play on the build? How good are you, you know, using that build? How good are you at the game? You know, do you run with the right teammates to fit that build, etc.? For me, playing on this build, I run with people who have good defense and can shoot, because this build for me is a straight up ISO build. Like, we can run, pick and pop a little bit, but for me, I would much rather just ISO. And then anytime the defense collapses down, I'm kicking out, and you know, I have all those playmaking badges, so it works out perfect because that benefits my shooters. So I play with people who have builds that fit my build, you know what I mean? I feel like that's just common sense. But my point is, I see so many people decide, you know, they have a build in mind that they're like, okay, I wanna make this build because it does this, this, and this. And then their friends tell them, nah, that build's trash. Don't do that. Make this other build. And then it's like, all right, now you're making a build that you didn't even want to make. You're just making it because someone else told you to make it. And, you know, the reason they told you to make it is probably because it's just the popular build. Now, listen, you guys got to realize there's people out there, like popular YouTubers, who are very good at the game, and the only reason their build is looked at as a good build now is because they've proven it year after year. For example, Ticino always makes a small shot creator. Now, in a lot of ways, that's a liability, especially on the twos, because you could get out rebounded, you're small, so your defense isn't that good, especially interior defense, etc., etc. But we all know how good of a build that is because he has proven it year after year that he can win with it. So it's just like universal now in the 2K community that, oh, a small shot creator? Hell yeah, that's a good build. But if he never proved it, there'd be people out there talking about how trash it is. So my point is, listen, just because it's a build that people hasn't been proven or something like that, people don't universally recognize as a popular build, that doesn't mean the build is trash. If you want to make that build, hop on that build and prove to everybody how godlike it is. There's other examples too. For example, I'll use a personal example for me. I remember in 2K17 when I first started my channel, like midway through 2K17. And I was rocking a post scorer. Shout out to everybody that's been a day one. You guys knew that. That's right. In 2K17, I was a post scorer. And believe it or not, this is going to be hard for you guys to believe that did not play back in 17, 16, etc. Making a post scorer in 2K17 was not a popular build. Everyone told me, post scorers are trash. You might as well make a glass cleaner. And I was like, no, I don't want to be a glass cleaner. I want to have a post scorer. When my team needs a bucket, I want to be able to come through and deliver. I don't want to have to just be setting screens and getting rebounds. I could do that with my post scorer, but I can also get the ball in the post and dominate somebody. Now, obviously, it wasn't popular, and a lot of people doubted it, told me it was a dumb idea, it was trash, blah, 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 blah. And now look where we are. 2K18, 19, 20, like, post scores are one of the most universally recognized overpowered builds. That wasn't always the case. Like I said, when I first made it, it was not popular at all. There was a couple YouTubers doing it. They were all relatively small, just like myself. And over time, it grew, the community grew, and then now it's looked at as the most overpowered build in the game. Every year, it's like, oh, if you make a post score, it takes no skill, you're trash, blah, 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 blah. That's because the build is that dominant. So just another example right there. I could go on and on with examples, but we're going to leave it at that. You guys get my point. Don't just, if you have an idea in your head, follow through with it, especially if it's a unique idea on this game, because if you're one of those people trying to grow on the game, if you come up with unique ideas, unique builds, stuff like that, and then you prove it, you're going to be in a category of your own. You're going to separate yourself from the crowd, and you're going to stand out. Now, this build in particular, my LeBron James build, there's a couple concerns I've been getting, a couple questions, comments, stuff like that I want to answer for you guys. The first thing I've been getting questioned about is speed boosting. When can you speed boost? Can you speed boost? All that stuff. On my exact build, remember, my exact build, I went 6'7", 1 tick below max wingspan, okay? You can go check out the full build video, but you can speed boost at 99.9. That's what I'm at right now. At 99.9, you can speed boost, but you have to get a little bit of your takeover meter full. So I would say as long as you get to like the, I'm going to say the E or the O on the takeover meter, you can basically speed boost from there on out. Obviously, when you have takeover activated, you can speed boost all the time. You can momentum, all that type of stuff, okay? Yes, you get pro dribble moves. I don't know why people are asking that. You only need a 70 ball control to get pro dribble moves. We have way above that. So yes, you can get pro dribble moves. Now, the last thing people have been questioning is the shooting. Now, when I first made the build, obviously, you know, people are looking at it. You know, you have a 63 pointer. Well, at 99.9, it goes up to a 65. And I do have all my shooting badges now with 13 shooting badges. So listen, when you first make this build and you're trying to shoot, it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie. When I first went to the park, I could not hit at all. Now that I have 13 shooting badges and, you know, I got my gold green machine, my gold range extender, gold quick draw, all that stuff, I feel very confident. If they leave me open, I can hit pretty consistently. Obviously, I'm not out there like a sharpshooter, but I can hit pretty consistently. Now, the last thing, defense. You guys saw some of those comments. People were questioning, you know, all the you made a defensive liability, all this stuff. You guys have seen some of the steals I've been getting, but this sequence right here in this game that, you know, you see we're up 18-12, so it's coming to an end. We're playing against two playmaking shot creators, which are pretty common builds. You know, they're both great shooters, and I'm guarding the pick and roll. I only have one defensive badge. I have it on clamps. I don't have it on pick dodge or anything like that, but I have one defensive badge. I'm going against Hall of Fame brick wall and a playmaking shot creator that's basically just going back and forth behind the screen, as you guys can see. And I'm guarding this no problem. Like, I'm fighting over it. I'm bumping him. Now, the reason I feel I'm able to do so is my dude's athletic as hell, man. My athleticism is crazy. My strength is crazy. I have a 90 strength. And like I said, my wingspan is 1 below max, which I have a long wingspan, okay? As you can see, I held my guy to 1 for 6 shooting, and he had a turnover. I went 7 for 8. Okay, I held him to 1 for 6. Now, I know that's just one game, but I'm not going to sit here and show you 40 examples. The defense on this build is good if you know how to play defense. You can't just be out there reaching and gambling and stuff like that because you don't have the badges to bail you out. So with this build, like I said, people were commenting how the defense was going to be trash because I only had 1 defensive badge. Listen, it's not great. It's not like you're out there like a pure lock, but if you know how to play defense, you use your athleticism and your strength, you're going to be just fine. Now, we were out here. It was me, Stumpy, and Slime. You see, we're on a 12-game win streak, and, you know, there's only 2 guys on the dots. It kind of died out a little bit, so I was like, you know what? We're just going to hop off. 12-game win streak is fine enough. I got all the footage I need to show you guys what's going on with this build at 99.9 overall. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please drop a like. Subscribe if you guys are new. I'm out. Peace.